meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue. I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall, and if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.
There we go. Welcome to Open Mic America. I am Mike Simpson, your MC for tonight. Robert Edgar is our interviewer, and Dave Williams is our engineer. Dave Williams is also the founder of this wonderful show and the creator and builder of Dandy Hybrid Guitars, which you will hear about later. Our mission is to support your local open mics where you can go in person to see songwriters performing their original music. Tonight, thanks to technology, we get to travel all around the country and see those same performers in their own living rooms. Without gimmicks, without frills, this is the DNA of American music, a tapestry built of story and song that has been weaving us together for generations. Let's see, I don't see any of their fans present at the moment, but let's introduce all of our performers. I'll give you their name and where they're from. Performers, if you would wave so that people can focus on you. First up, Christine Navarro, Forest Grove, Oregon. Eric Law, Rancho Mirage, California. Allyia, Tucson, Arizona. Bill Hernandez, Portland, Oregon. Lawrence and Westlow, San Antonio, Texas. Michael Marshall, Eugene, Oregon. Rigo Rodriguez, Amherst, Massachusetts. And Ric Page, Haverhill, Massachusetts. And now, let's go to our first performer, Christine Navarro from Forest Grove, Oregon.
Good evening, everybody. So I'll be doing a couple of my originals, and this first one is very much autobiographical, and I did actually pack all my earthly belongings into a 1970 Cadillac Eldorado and move for a guy. So let's take a little drive together, shall we? In her Cadillac Eldorado, driving for the coast, heading towards the man she loved the most. Looking high and looking low, she didn't see the flaws. In her Cadillac Eldorado, she didn't know the cost. In her Cadillac Eldorado, driving into town, she should have known the damage can't entertain a frown. If just a premonition had gotten past the signs. In her Cadillac Eldorado, no meeting of the minds. Seeing the waves clear, pushing down that nagging fear, reaching for a higher gear, hurtling toward nothing near. So she worked at the barroom each and every night, went home to an empty house. Something wasn't right. The man that was her everything didn't really care. It takes two to make it work, and they didn't have a prayer. $500 cubic inch engine, white leather and power everything. you could see your reflection. Roll those windows down and let her ride. Well, that Cadillac Eldorado sort of fell apart. Had too many problems hidden from the start. It just wasn't worth fixing, left it in the yard. Well, that car was left in pieces, kinda like her heart. Seeing the way is clear, pushing down that nagging fear, reaching a higher gear, hurtling toward nothing near. Well, she headed back to the valley, Eldorado was no more. Packed that baby in her seat, she's not crying anymore. Had a new direction, not living in the past. Like that Cadillac Eldorado, it wasn't meant to last. Like that Cadillac Eldorado, it wasn't meant to last. Guys.
All right.
And for the second song, this one is one that I wrote about people that have inspired me throughout my life, and I just think it's important that people know that when you give a little bit of encouragement to somebody, you never know the ripples that might occur from that. So this is called It Never Occurred to Me. It never occurred to me to run more than a mile. It never occurred to me I'd still see your smile. It never occurred to me to let my music out. I just want to shout. 'Cause I know now I am capable. 'Cause I know now I've got something to exchange. 'Cause I know now what a person can achieve when just one believes. It never occurred to me I could be so strong. It never occurred to me something might be wrong. It never occurred to me that I should take a chance. I just want to dance. 'Cause I know now I am capable. 'Cause I know now I've got something to exchange. 'Cause I know now what a person can achieve when just one believes. There's something inside of me, happiness in small degrees. Latent dreams were unaware. I'm waking up in midair. It never occurred to me there was this much fire. It never occurred to me I could go much higher. It never occurred to me that I would have a choice. Now I've found my voice. 'Cause I know now I am capable. 'Cause I know now I've got something to exchange. 'Cause I know now what a person can achieve when just one believes. When just one believes. When just one.
Oh, very nice, Christine. Hey, I forgot to mention, Christine is someone that can be found at the Influence Music Hall when she's not here. All right, I'm going to hand you off to Robert here.
Hi, Christine.
Hi, Robert.
Hey, let's start this off, and we'll see what we can do to bring something into tonight. So, how about a philosophical question to start off? What do we do? Do you think that what type of things can we do to have something trigger us to have something new occur to us?
Well, I think we have to just kind of approach life with curiosity. And I think music has a lot of power to open people up. And so I just try to be open and realize that I'm always in learning mode. I have not got life all figured out. And so I think that more than anything, just the fact that we're all on this journey together and that we don't know everything there is to know.
Yes, I'm quite sure of that, at least for myself. I've convinced myself that I do not know everything there is to know. I have, and I think I always have had two different approaches when I try to write a new piece. And one is to go deeper into what I feel already and bring it up from that. And another is to go to some influence that has never been inside me and try to reach out to that. And it seems like there's two different directions in that. Have you ever had that type of experience?
Well, certainly I look to, my influences and my musical heroes. Writing has always been very cathartic for me, and I've always felt like if I can take something that I'm going through and get it outside of myself, I can look at it a little bit more objectively. And I also don't have to keep all the feelings and pain and emotion bottled up. And so once I'm able to get that out in a musical way, I'm able to process it. The last song that I wrote was literally, I was feeling old, and so it's about getting old. And my feelings around that, there's still a lot I want to do with my life and whatnot. And so even though I'm kind of slowing down a little bit, I still got goals, I still got dreams, and so that's what that new one is about that you haven't heard yet.
Yeah, the act of expression, I think, is often one of not just putting something out there, but to put it out so you can reach beyond it and actually, see what is this thing.
Yes.
From the previous perspective of not having it out there, you have one feeling about it, but if you put it out there, you can develop new perspectives and new feelings once
Correct.
It's out.
And then sometimes it speaks to somebody, which that's just bonus.
Yes. Yeah, that's always a nice thing. Whenever that happens. So what are you working on now for a new piece?
I literally just wrote the song about getting old last week. So I don't have a new one in progress yet.
Well, let that one roll around out here with everybody, and we can you can take a look at it and see what comes next. I notice you've
I
got a
like to let
drum.
songs mature a little,
Uh-huh.
you know,
Right,
because
right.
they do more for a
Age
little
like a
bit.
fine wine.
Yes.
I see you have a drum set next to you. Is that yours?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Huh?
we're sitting in my music studio here.
Uh-huh.
And I don't play the drums well, but I do play them. Mostly, I have a lot of musical friends, and they'll come over and play, and they don't have to pack their stuff up to come over. So
Yes. I understand that entirely. The room in back of me that looks like a tornado came through has actually had people come through, and the amps and guitars are waiting there for them.
yes.
Thank you very much for coming on and starting us off tonight, and I look forward to hearing your next one, whatever you reach for at that point.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Robert.
All right, we're going to move now a little bit around the country on every move. I won't detail them, but we're doing that. This is Eric. He's doing mostly online performance, he says these days. Senior Planet Open Mic every other Tuesday, a monthly Friday Sabbath mini concert, a couple of songwriter peer review gatherings, the People's Music Network, and Braver Angels. And he just released Mirrors, his latest album. So, Eric, go for it.
Thank you, Dave. Yeah. I just had a wonderful party releasing my a listening party for my new album called Mirrors. So we got my friends introducing these songs, and we listened, and I made some videos. It was a lot of fun. And so this is the last song of the album. We're kind of rounding up. The album is kind of on a lot of issues, and so I wanted the last song to be a little bit more finding contentment in the midst of the difficulty that we face and the struggles that we have. So it's called My Soul is Quiet. Oh love, I got my pride and too many dreams. I've always occupied myself with great grand schemes and with things that were too hard for me. I played these losing games that left me in shame. I filled my heart with noisy rage and vengeful blames. But even that was too hard for me. Oh love, come hold me close and set my troubled heart at rest. Like a child upon his mother's breast, let my soul be quieted within me. Oh, rock me in easygoing peace. Oh, feed me with gentle bravery, so I can be still and know who I am. 'Cause here in your arms I can hear you call my name. Like a child upon his mother's breast, is quieted within me. My soul is quieted within me. Oh, rock me in easy-going peace. Oh, feed me with gentle bravery, so I am content with now being here to give and forgive, for a living without fear.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Thank you. So you can, because it's released widely, so you can find my music. Just punch in my name with my middle initials. That's number of Eric Law. So Eric H.F. Law, and you will find all my music. And put in Mirrors, and you'll find the latest album in Spotify, YouTube, Pandora, iTunes, everything. So I'm gonna go to a brand new song. Just finished that last week. And it might still be working. So what happened was that 2 weeks ago I wrote a song called My World's Getting Smaller, and it's about how we isolate ourselves these days, politically and otherwise. And it didn't offer, like my old songs, I didn't offer any solution. So my people, my fans says, well, you know, it's kind of a sad ending, you know. So I wrote this one as a response to that song, and I was reading Robert Frost, one of his very early poems, and the last line was simple, just like Robert Frost would be able to do. I shan't be gone long, you come too. So this is a song response to how we shouldn't isolate ourselves. Going out to greet the brilliant morning sun and watch the clouds get burned off by the rays one by one. I won't be gone too long, you come too. I won't be gone too long, you come too. Going out to listen to the wise old ones and play with children on our block and capture some fun. I won't be gone too long, you come too. I won't be gone too long, you come too. I'm going out to meet my neighbors whom I depend upon. We'll talk about the signs and flowers on our lawns. I won't be gone too long, you come too. I'm going out to wave my freshly painted sign and walk beside my friends and sing out what's on my mind. I won't be gone too long, you come too. I won't be gone too long, you come too. I'm going out to sit down at a sacred common ground, and we'll listen to the dreams and struggles all around. I won't be gone too long, you come too. Going out to gaze at the moon and stars above Think how small we are, and yet how grand is our love. I won't be gone too long, you come too. I won't be gone too long, you come too. Thank you.
Nice job.
Very nice, very
Nice.
Okay, let's get you together with our interviewer here, Robert.
Hello, Eric.
Hey, Robert.
Lovely line. I won't be gone too long. You come too. And you say that's from a Robert Frost poem?
Yeah, a Robert Frost poem, and he used the more proper English. I shan't be gone long.
Uh-huh.
So I usually say I won't be gone too long, but it works fine, So yeah, but
Yes.
only he can put something so simple, one line, and it has you can read in so much deep meaning in the kind of things that he does, So. So, but his poem is about going out to watch a calf being born, and and it's this wonderful, nature stuff that he does so
Uh-huh.
well, So, but
Yeah, the idea of writing succinctly is one that from our generation, my generation anyway, Dylan often spoke about. He would write and then he'd get rid of all the superfluous words and work down. And I've always seen that as an iterative editing process. Just rip through it. Now this isn't needed. This isn't needed. Get
Yeah.
down. And this is nice because I won't be gone into the future. You come too is it from the present into the future. So it
mhm,
is an odd split there.
mhm,
And I also liked your phrase in the first song, gentle braveries,
mhm.
which I thought was a really wonderful phrase. What were you thinking of with that, if I may ask?
Well, so much of reaction to hard time, difficult things, and is with anger and strike back, and what we call bravery is really anger and violence, and being named as being called heroes because you kill someone kind of thing. I was trying to qualify. As songwriters, I have to be very careful using adjectives. Adjectives. I come from the school, where you avoid adjective at all costs.
Yeah.
Only when it's necessary. And so when I wanted bravery there, I want to be fed by bravery, but what kind of bravery was what makes that phrase powerful, gentle, just like the earlier, a phrase where, I feel myself with vengeful, what was that line? Vengeful something, and it's unusual way of putting phrases together, and that's what makes things memorable for me as a songwriter too, because there's so much, if you write a love song, you can say I love you, I love you, I love you, and make, there's thousands of those, but if you say I love you in a way that stretches the word love, stretches, what that means. And so gentle bravery stretches bravery somehow. And that's what makes, that's why I chose that. And the chorus took a long time to write. So to find that two phrase, the first two lines. So.
Say those again. So that.
Oh yeah, it takes a long time to find the right word to settle on the ones that will ended up in the song that will be repeated over time. So I don't tend to change things too much after I said it. and so the process of getting to that song is usually is a long. Last time I was here, I talked about a song I took 2 years to write, so because I didn't like one word in it, so yeah. So
Let me ask you, if you avoid adjectives, how do you avoid them? What do you use instead?
you put action words in it. It's Ernest Hemingway. If you look at Ernest Hemingway's writing, he doesn't use a lot of adjectives, and adjective is often up for interpretation. Action word does not. If you describe something with an action, that changes. That's just more accurate if that's what you want. Yeah. Since you asked.
Yes. Well, it's a good songwriting approach, or any writing, I think, approach. You can over-amplify something with an adjective, and rather you can put something else next to the word and juxtapose it in a way that makes something new, which is nice. This is very nice. I like your lines in there. And I look forward to hearing some more from you.
Okay.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
All right. I'm liking the way the interviews are going so far. We've moved around a bit here. We've started up in the north, and we are now going down into the south. Allyia Gale from Tucson, Arizona, who has places that she plays. She's originally from France, and she usually sings at in-person open mics around town. None particularly specified, but we get the idea. Allyia, go ahead. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks for having me. Hello, everyone. So, I'm gonna perform two of my originals. Some of the words are in French. I can clarify during the interview. So the first song is a song dedicated to my son, and it's called "Keep Shining." And the chorus goes, "Don't let anyone dim your light," because sometimes, very often, we tend to pay too much attention to what others think of us, and we forget to be just ourselves. So that's pretty much the idea of this song.
Beautiful.
Thank you. All right, so the next one, so this one will be entirely in French. It's a song I wrote for my late mom who passed away to cancer 9 years ago. It's about the strength she demonstrated and the love she demonstrated. So it's a tribute to my mom. And it's called Maman. So the title is Maman, which means mom in French.
Chaque jour qui passe ne cesse de rouler blessure, car tu n'es plus là. Je tente en vain de combler la vie de ton absence, en chantant ma souffrance. À toi mon guide et ma lumière. Sais-tu seulement combien je t'aime? À toi maman, sais-tu seulement combien je t'aime quand je me mens? Toute ta vie tu m'as cessé de batailler sans jamais lâcher. Et c'est toi seul qui t'aimes battu pour nous élever envers et contre tous. À toi mon guide et ma lumière. Sais-tu seulement combien je t'aime? À toi maman, sais-tu seulement combien je t'aime quand tu me mens? Toute ta vie tu as voulu nous protéger de l'inévitable, cachant tes l'ennuyant, tes pleurs inacceptables au nom de l'amour. À toi maman, je pense à toi. Écoute mon chant, je ne t'oublie pas. Oui, tu es et resteras la seule lumière qui guide mes pas. À toi mon guide et ma lumière. Écoute mon chant, je ne t'oublie pas. Oui, tu es et resteras la seule
Thank you.
Très bon. All right, Robert, good luck.
Thank you. Allyia, I just tried to see if Mike had spoke French to help with this. So as I don't, we'll see uh, what we can do to chat for the next 5 minutes. Um, Often, what happens, of course, when we hear something sung in another language, we hear pure style, if not the text itself, or we can interpret the text itself, but we get the style. Um, what of the phrases that you have in your songs could you take a couple that you like and explain it to me?
Yeah, so, of course. So, Keep Shining start with Tu es venu au monde de la magie plein les yeux, comme un rayon de soleil dans la nuit. So, you were born with magic in your eyes, like a ray of sunshine in the night. And so that's the first verse, and the idea is like, because my son is so concerned about what other will think of him, it's just reassuring him, a way of, and you know, as parents, they don't listen to us, but he listened to the song. So the idea was really to reassure him and to tell him that is enough, that is perfect the way he is, and he should keep shining.
Hmm. Yeah, that is something I can certainly relate to that with children of my own. And as one goes through, when one stumbles or feel they're stumbling, you
Totally.
look for some way to continue to encourage that happening. What does your son do, or how old is your son now?
So he's a freshman in
Huh?
college, and so he does a double program, engineering and a BFA fine arts, because he loves
Oh,
children.
wonderful, wonderful. Where is he going?
U of A, so University of Arizona.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's wonderful. That's a great double major. My father was an engineer and my mother was an artist. So
Okay.
I understand the split there.
Yeah, which is also a perfect combination. I told him, like, you need something to fall back on, because as artists, it's safer to have an engineering degree as well.
Yes, I think that's true. I kind of fought my way into technology and as an artist, and that was kind of just tunneling into that. Or I don't know, maybe it just enveloped me. I don't know one way or the other. I was standing, got hit by a truck. What, where have you played around in for your
So
music?
usually open mics. So there's the Frozen Cactus and the Big Bad Wolf, two venues in town. But I also in June I did the for the first time the Flagstaff Folk Festival.
Oh, yes?
I was really cool, yeah. And I'm gonna be performing at the Lavigne Folk Festival at the end of November.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that sounds good. So do you play very often out and playing?
Yeah, and I mean, a band in the making. We are a band of friends, and like we're still working on developing our set, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, more to come soon.
Will that be electric? Will that be acoustic? What will the
So
band
we
be?
have a rhythm guitar. So we're looking for a lead guitar. Anyone there? So we're looking for a lead guitar and a bass player. But we have two rhythm guitars. We have a drummer and myself doing the vocals, um, and a keyboard also. So
Well, that's a good group to have together. That's great. Are you writing the songs for everyone? Are you sharing
yeah, so I have
songwriting?
several originals, but we also do covers because we want to not be, what's the word I'm looking for? Sometimes when you do just originals, you're in a niche. Isn't that the word? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So we want to perform. We don't want to limit ourselves, so we want to have covers as well, so we can perform in any venues in town.
Yes, this kind of opens the door a little easier
Mhm.
than just doing originals. And it opens the door so you can play your originals,
Exactly.
be they in any language and whether your audience is in any language. Well,
Hmm.
thank you very much for coming on. I hope next
Thank
time,
you, Robert. Thank
please
you.
come back, and next time I hope your interviewer can do a better job of interpreting. But I enjoyed the music very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next up we have Bill Hernandez. Now, Bill is a co-conspirator in the Influence Music Hall with Christine Navarro.
Yes.
And as I understand it, he mostly handles the Pythian's Lodge live stuff, and Christine handles the Music Hall Zoom open mic. Is that right,
Yeah,
Bill?
yeah. That's great. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to let you unleash your music on us, and here we go.
Right. Yeah. I just want to give a shout out to Christine, my fellow Influence Music Hall board member, and also to Deb. It's good to see Deb. I met Deb years ago on the Zoom open mic. And Allyia, I went to school at the U of A, and I miss Tucson, so that just kind of brought back some memories there. Hopefully it's not the party school it was back in the 70s. Anyway, my goal with this first song was really just to kind of write a upbeat, happy worship song, and it's called And For That. You make my day much better, changing me forever. If I knew then what I know now, I would have started my tether. And for that, I love you. And for that, I love you. And for that, I love you. You remind me to surrender. Help me gaze me my surrender. You look at all the wonder. You made me kinder, gentler. And for that, I love you. And for that, I love you. And for that, I love you. You've chosen me, I won't let you down. I'll wash your feet now, wear your crown. I'll hear and say the words you say. I want to listen for a better day. And for that, I love you. 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 And for that, I love you.
All right. Hey, Bill Hernandez, can we get you to bring the guitar up a little bit? Kind of a one-number hit.
Is that better?
Capo Dave, what do you think? Is that good? Okay, I think we're good. Thanks, Bill.
Okay. This is a song called Where My Heart Used to Go. You know, sometimes words sound like whispers. You're not sure, but something's been said. You know, sometimes words feel like bullets. They kill you before you're dead. A two-chord song's all I have in me. A two-chord song's all I got. A two-chord song might ease the pain and help me forget what is not. So pardon the mess that's in my head. If you need a light, let me know. There might be a remnant of love hanging on where my heart used to go, where my heart used to go, where my heart used to go. I've tried every kind of therapy. I drank myself to the floor. My pockets were flowing with fortune. I was kicked out of the dollar store. A 2-chord song helps me remember that I'm trying to forget about you. A 2-chord song is like a canvas when everything on it is blue. So pardon the mess that's in my head. If you need a light, let me know. There might be a remnant of love hanging on where my heart used to go, where my heart used to go, where my heart used to go. They're sending troops to Portland. The city is falling apart. But if they want to see real destruction, they should just visit my heart. A 2-chord song is simple when your life don't add up. A 2-chord song holds the key and keeps those memories shut. So pardon the mess that's in my head. If you need a light, let me know. There might be a remnant of love hanging on where my heart used to go, where my heart used to go, where my heart used to go. So pardon the mess that's in my head. If you need a light, let me know. There might be a remnant of love hanging on where my heart used to go, where my heart used to go, where my heart used to go.
Yeah. Hey. Okay, Robert, come forth.
And fifth, I think. Well, no, you're fourth. Hi, Bill.
Robert, what's happened, bud?
Oh, everything all at once. I think that's the way it is. What your last song triggered in me was um, relative to previous song, and that is, a 2-chord song. I mean, it speaks first of all to simplicity, but
Yeah.
I think more importantly, what it proves when you go in and you do something successfully like that is that you don't always need the largest palette. What you need to do is to find out what you can do within a defined and maybe simple palette. And you have those are two different things, and two different strategies for taking things on. Other than the song that you just sang, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I used to, I taught guitar at the American Guitar Academy, and I teach younger kids, and I tell them, you learn 2 or 3 chords, and you have hundreds of songs at your disposal. And it's interesting, my oldest daughter, Gabby, she wants to learn how to play guitar. So we were messing around, and I told her, basically, you learn 2 chords. There's so many songs you could play. And last week she just said, "Dad, I learned a song called A Horse with No Name. Do you know it?" Of course I know A Horse with No Name. That's basically, 2 chords. And yeah, so that was kind of, that, I got the inspiration from that. And I've been writing songs for maybe 10 years, and I look back on the songs I first wrote, and so many of them were just so simple and basic. And this was just kind of an ode to a 2-chord song.
It reminds me, earlier we were talking about either looking within yourself for a feeling and working with that to to write something, or the other is to look outside and find something that isn't inside and try to bring it in.
Yeah.
And that sometimes I think that can be kind of conceptual, so it sounds kind of intellectual. But if you go out and you find the right two chords that you hadn't used before, it doesn't have to be intellectual at all. It can
It's more
you
the
can bring a
feeling.
new feeling.
Yeah. What are you trying to say? You know, and I remember seeing this. I think it was a SpongeBob cartoon, and it was SpongeBob going around in someone's head with a flashlight, and I just like the idea of. You know, I used to be in love and look around my head. Maybe there's some love hanging around in my head somewhere.
Right, right, or something that that was a left over from that love, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
You can find that and bring it out in another medium. So what are you working on now? What are you?
You know,
What are your new
I'm
pieces?
always writing songs. You know, I just I'm always noodling around. I'm kind of working on a song where you know I've written songs about. You know, I'm afraid of dying, and I've written a song about heaven. But I was right. I was kind of thinking about the idea of up in heaven. If you met someone that broke your heart, what would that encounter be like? So that's kind of what I'm working on.
Hmm. Yeah, in
It's all
heaven.
forgiven in heaven, you know. Yeah, it's all forgiven. You know, you broke my heart. Remember that? But so I'm just just that's kind of I'm just playing with that idea.
Right, right. That's yeah, I can see that there's a good bit to play with there. There's you know, it's kind of like all debts are forgiven. Yeah, but you still, I'm still down $10, you know. How about that debt?
Yeah, really. I think there's inspiration everywhere. Really, so many of my songs are about. You know, I do a lot of online dating, and if I don't get a date out of it, I usually get a song out of it. So that's that's good.
Yeah, there's something there. There's a balance
Yeah.
to that scale. Very nice. I enjoyed your tunes, and
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate
yeah,
that.
yeah, sure. Thanks, and listen for the next one.
You bet.
See you again.
Okay. So here we are in the middle. This is the time when I get to talk about one of the great forces in the universe, the notion of a free guitar. And I want to talk about the dandy guitars. Everyone who's on the show, whether that's our performers or the volunteer staff like Robert Edgar and me, gets a ticket in a fishbowl. And I have my words up here, and there's Dave. There's the fishbowl. So on the 21st of December, there's going to be an annual drawing for a free hybrid dandy guitar. So what is a dandy hybrid? This is an acoustic guitar with a unique design that projects its distinctive sound at a considerably higher volume than flat top guitars. And I can attest to this because I have a couple of them. Whether it's at an open mic, a circle jam where they're particularly useful, campfires also the same, or an open boxcar on a moving train. I haven't taken it on a moving train yet, but I'm working on the idea. A dandy hybrid delivers. Learn about them and hear them played on the website dandy, D-A-N-D-Y, guitars, all one word, .com. A link will be placed in the YouTube chat, and you'll find a link to the dandy hybrids at the bottom of the openmicamerica.com homepage. Dave, you want to weigh in here?
Yes, thank you, Mike. But your nice words about my dandies. It's a dandy hybrid guitar. And what does that mean? These guitars might look like a flat top guitar, but they are unlike a flat top guitar in three important ways. Number one, first of all, flat top guitar, the top is not actually flat. The top is coaxed into a dome with its bracing. But the dome of the normal flat top guitar has an arc, a radius of 30 feet. So if you took a string and put a nail in the road and put a piece of chalk on the end and went out 30 feet and scribed an arc, that's a pretty shallow dome arc. The dandy guitars that I build have a dome that's 16 feet. That's more or less twice the height. Why are guitars domed in the first place? Well, if you look at a satellite dish or a speaker, it's cone shaped because sound likes cones. Beyond that, it's above my pay grade. But in short, the dandy guitar has a much higher dome. That's number one. Number two, the dandy guitar, unlike the factory guitars, has what's called 0 fret. That means that instead of having a nut, there's a string guide that locates the strings laterally, and then the strings seat on a 0 fret. Essentially, the feel of the guitar is like you're playing with a capo on all the time. The strings are very low and the intonation is perfect at that end. That's number two. Number three, and this is a pretty important difference. The dandy guitar's fingerboards float. They're not attached to the body. Old technology for building guitars relied on that connection. New technology with bolt-on necks, you don't need that connection. And most of the big manufacturers, mysteriously, although they've switched to bolt-on necks, they persist in attaching this portion of the neck to the body. Now let's think about that for a minute. If you had a nice drum and it made a nice sound when you tapped it, what if you took a slat of wood 2 inches wide and about 4 inches long and glued it onto that drum? Do you think it would improve the sound of that drum? I don't think so. And I certainly don't think it would improve the volume. In short, the dandy guitar's entire body is available to vibrate. So those are the three big things that differentiate a dandy guitar from a flat top guitar. And the result is, as Mike mentioned, these guitars inherently, they have more volume than normal flat top guitars. And they also have a very distinct tone. It's clear. It's got overtones. The standard bridge ones have strong overtones, but the tone is unique. Anyway, if you get by Portland Way, drop me a line, come by and we'll have a cup of coffee and you can try a dandy out. Meanwhile, if you go on our website at dandyguitars.com, you can find your way to where Mike Simpson, Robert Edgar, Bet Paget plays recordings of them playing their dandy guitars. Steve Anderson too. So you can hear the dandies played, representing different types of music. Anyway, that's all I have. The drawing is December 21st. Good luck to everybody. Anybody that is on the show or people hosting the show also get a ticket in the fishbowl. So thanks very much. And I'm going to give it back to Mike. Let's see here. Remove all gallery.
I can get it if you want, Dave.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Back to our other setting. So next up, we're going to hurtle at tremendous electronic speed to hear John and Deb, John Lawrence and Deb Westlow, out in Texas. And out in Texas, they have the 13 Trees Coffee House in New Braunfels, Texas, that they play at, that I believe is live. And then virtually, they play at the Influence Music Hall. A lot of Influence people here. I may have to try that out sometime. All right, John and Deb, take it away.
All right, thank you. It's good to be back. And yes, it's really fun to see so many influenced music hall folks on. Bill, Christine, you were awesome. And then, of course, Mike will be after us. Yeah, we're glad to be on. We just want to quickly plug our new albums out. We have a new album. It's probably opposite where you can't really see, but it's called What If. And we're excited about that being out. We're going to play one of the songs off the album. This is, as everyone knows, most everyone knows, we're part of Soldier Songs and Voices. That's where we met. And this is one of the songs that wrote about the organization, Soldier Songs and Voices. It's called Broken Battle Buddies. We all have different struggles, similar yet unique troubles. We all were in the military, and music is our sanctuary. Some of us are broken apart. Some just need peace to restart. Some are traumatized from conflict. Some are overcome by the pain of it. We're broken battle buddies, sharing songs of empathy. We're broken battle buddies, singing our songs. Music makes us thrive and helps us to survive. Now we feel a camaraderie, and through these melodies we'll we're broken battle buddies. The voices we speak, we're broken battle buddies, singing our songs. Sitting around the room, or singing through Zoom. Through our songs we move on, giving us this fun. We weave till the joy and sorrow that gives us hope for tomorrow. Music breathes rhythm into our hearts, giving our lives a jump start. We're broken battle buddies, sharing swords is therapy. We're broken battle buddies, singing our songs. We're broken battle buddies, making fun memories. We're broken battle buddies, singing our songs, singing our songs, singing our songs.
All right.
All right, we're going to do a relatively new song called Wildwood Flowers. Let's see how this is going to work with two of us in the trying to play guitar at the same time.
We'll get it.
We'll get it. All right.
by the sea salt wind. We were rough as beach sand on the table. Was the spring of '75. We were still coming alive, like boardwalk flowers in wildwood. Like the struggle of seashore flowers, we while away our youthful hours, waiting for our moment in the sun. We were much younger then, but older than we'd ever been. We were wild, wildwood flowers. Morris Pier was our paradise. We'd each get a piece of slice, our way through the penny arcade. Flying kites that touch the sky, ride the Ferris wheel up high, watching sunsets reflected on the ocean. Like the struggle of seashore flowers, we while away our youthful hours, waiting for our moment in the sun. We were much younger then, but older than we'd ever been. We were wild, wildwood flowers. Years later our time has come, 4 beach chairs in the sun, remembering our youth in full bloom. Like the struggle of seashore flowers, we while away our youthful hours, waiting for our moment in the sun. We were much younger then, but older than we'd ever been. We were wild, wildwood flowers. We were much younger then, but older than we'd ever been. We were wild, we were wild, we were wild, wildwood flowers.
Thank you.
Very nice. Okay, Robert Edgar, you want to interview these people?
I'd love to. By John and Deb. I love the older than we'd ever been. It's a nice, the phrase, by the time you hear it, you've already bumped up to the time. You've already bumped up to its edge. You know, older than we'd ever been. Oh, okay, and to now. Tell me about the first song. Where did that come from?
Well, as I talked about earlier, we're part of this organization called Soldier Songs and Voices, and I was kind of inspired to write this because it's just been such a great influence in my life. I mean, I went from never writing a song to writing many, and got to meet John through the organization, and now we're writing songs together. It's just been such a great experience. Both of us are in the military. I'm in the Army, he's in the Air Force, and or were. It's a while ago for both of us, and just thought it was a good way to explain what this organization is all about. And then what we did is we took this song and recorded it, and it's on our album as a duet. So that's been kind of cool to have that song.
Deb's being a little modest too. She actually recruited me into this organization,
Yeah.
And she plays at the hospitals. We play at the VA for the patients, and we play at VFWs and lots of veterans organizations. But she has really worked with the transition unit, teaching disabled vets how to play guitar and how to sing, and the whole organization teaches them to write songs and to put all that kind of stuff into songs. It's a fabulous organization, and she's really the main spark plug for our local group.
Oh, that's fantastic to build that. So the Broken Bottles is in reference to that.
Yes,
To-
it's basically talking about how every veteran has, or most every veteran has something going on. Maybe something involved with deployments or such, or may just be just challenges they're facing in their everyday life. And
Mm-hmm.
having music, it's basically saying music is gets you through a lot. In just to sum it up,
Right, right.
no matter what you're going through, music can help you in that way.
Yeah, and it's also a good form of expression. Whether a soldier's going through depression, or whether they're going through PTSD, or some kind of trauma from the battle. And Deb's song really, her lyrics just really kind of sum up so much of that. And the whole thing, the whole organization is trying to get people to get those things from inside and get them out, so that you can deal with them and do what you want to do with them. But
Yeah, music
yeah,
will.
she's a
Music
pretty
very powerful.
she's a very powerful writer with that kind of stuff too.
Oh, that's great. So the other thing that it reminded me of was the gentle braveries phrase that I think Eric had earlier,
Yes.
and it sounds like that. There are different types of braveries, but to be a veteran and working in inventing music, inventing oneself again through one's music, sounds like a gentle bravery in that. So you're located in, was that Texas? Am I right there?
Yes,
Yeah, John lives in San Antonio. I live further north of San Antonio.
just 20 miles. We're pretty close together, which is kind of nice.
Uh-huh. That's yeah, that's something to be writing that.
And of course, this is a very military city. San
Yeah.
Antonio has several bases, and we're a little light on Navy maybe, but we sure have lots of Army and Air Force folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The well, it's great. Right nowadays, of course, with our country being so polarized, that finding a way to have someone tunnel through that, especially through music, seems to be uh, a, uh, a great way. That's one of the, I think, winning ways of
sure, yeah.
of
doing that.
Yeah, I
Much
mean,
better than repelling out of helicopters, I think.
when you start listening to some of the stories that our guys tell, all this politics stuff just kind of sometimes fades away. People worry about stuff they got no business worried about.
Yeah.
When your life is on the line, it's a whole different story.
Yep, for sure.
Yes, and you probably know much better than many of us that the military is not politics. That they should
No.
not be assumed to be the same on that. Thank you very much for the work you're doing, especially. That's some work that we should all be doing in some way or the other. Find another way to bring more of us together in a gentle, brave way. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, very nice stuff you do for all veterans everywhere, guys. It's much appreciated. I hope you realize that. Okay. Next up, we have Michael Marshall, who mentioned Influence Music Hall as something that he's involved in, and he is out in Eugene, Oregon, and I'm going to say no more and have him play. You're muted currently. There you
This first song is called Marissa. It's about my niece and her baby Maddie. Oops, sorry. I'll get this right. Hang on. She was alone on the streets at night to keep away from the crazy gone for the streets to fight to someday get back her baby. She's just looking for a place to hide from the cold and the rain. Hard to hide from what's inside when it's causing you pain. Maddie's crying in her bed, can't seem to sleep, born with devils in her head, and needs her granny can't meet. If it would make you well again, she'd gladly give all her day. Your mama's playing a waiting game, hanging on till that day. Marissa, living Marissa, can't you see the life you lead is driving you crazy? Marissa, listen to me. Marissa, can't you see the life you lead is driving you crazy? Yeah, it's driving you crazy. That guy you're with seems times are really weird. I know you need his protection. Your life seems full of anger and fear. Won't you consider defection? She walks alone on the streets at night to keep away from the crazy.
Yeah.
All right, very nice. Yeah, I forgot to mention your other place that you play, the First Christian Church in Eugene. Is that right?
Yeah, I been playing at the Slice Pizzeria and Bar. They've got a nice little cozy alcove behind the establishment, and it's all covered with a vine grape canopy. It's just beautiful.
Nice.
And they got a stage, and they let me play anytime I want. So I go and I play for about an hour to an hour and a half, probably 4 days a week. And whoever happens to be there gets whatever they get.
They get a treat. All right, well, play for us.
Okay. I try to build a picture, so you can envision, a story. So this is my moonshine song. It's called Big John and Bobby Joe. Oh, better do this. That'd be tragic. Here we go. All right. The Big John was walking. It was winter and freezing rain. 3 men were lying in them bush. Their intention causing pain. Now these 3, they were rivals. Their business was the same. I wanted to destroy his still and take hold his corn mash grain. Now Big Johnny thought he was careful, was the master of his trade. Had a corner on the market, cause the shine was not the same. Eventually they found him, and soon it came to blows. I went those 3, left old Big John, he was face down in the snow. Bobby Joe was an untaught man at the funeral Sunday morn. Her life was lived on a hard one, 20 years since she was born. Church and chores took up most her time. Bobby Joe felt that up distributing Big John shine. The only 2 things Big John owned, his small 4-baby still. It's not surprising really, only one was in his will. You wouldn't know to look at her, her clothes are old and worn. Bobby Joe makes up his living on a half-acre of corn. Bobby Joe was happy, just making life. Ooh, I'm sorry. This is terrible. I got cotton mouth so bad I can't even do this. I'm terribly sorry. Let's see. Bob Joe was, let's see. Now Bobby Joe was not talking at the funeral Sunday morn. Her life was made on a hard work, 20 years since she was born. Church and chores took up most her time. Bobby Joe was for that old distributing Big John shine. The only two things Big John owned, his small farm and his stick. It's not surprising really, only one was in his will. You wouldn't know to look at her clothes are old and worn. Bobby Joe makes a daily living on a cafe and corn. I won't think the dearly departed and the rest of us can I know Bobby Joe's life really started Big John face down in the snow.
Yeah.
All right. Nice recovery, man. Nice recovery.
Sorry about that.
Turn you over to Robert Edgar here, who will ask you many, many questions.
Or just a couple. If the more you talk, the fewer questions you.
There he is.
Loved it. I really like your delivery. That you thrashed your way through both of those in a really great way. I mean, it's kind of heart to heart.
I've got a friend who's a guitar player who tells me I play it like a drum.
Yeah, it's very percussive. Absolutely. I think so too. Which most people don't do. So it leads directly to you because it's not something that's just in the air. It's a unique way of playing. And your singing and your harmonica go right along with it. They're not going somewhere else. It's all from that same kind of thrashing, from the kind of stuff. Who do you think of when you play that?
Oh God, I don't know. I'm so new at the guitar. I feel so incompetent on the guitar that I spend so much of my time thinking about what I'm doing physically on the guitar. I don't have to think about what I'm doing at all on the harmonica. See, I'm a harmonica player, and when I retired, I started playing the guitar because I didn't have anybody to play with, and I can practice more than about an hour without needing something else to do. So I write songs. I wrote songs back in 1982. I did an album. I was a studio harmonica player. And then I worked for 35 years, so I didn't do diddly squat. So now I'm kind of like, I don't have to give up my day job now.
Yes, I understand that one. I'll get there someday myself. The there's a guy who played very good harmonica, and your playing reminded me a little bit of his. I think the attack reminded me of his, and that's Captain Beefheart. I don't know if you know him or you've heard of him, but he started out playing harmonica and singing, and he has a real percussive way of doing both of those. And when he worked with guitarists, and when he had them play, he taught them a very percussive way of playing, so it all came into that. We could think that the other thing about being new to it and to banging at it, there's a guy who's a video artist. His name was Namjoon Pike, and when he first came to the U.S., he barely spoke English, and he said he was talking to someone who had also come to America recently at that time, and he said this is when you really need to talk, because when you barely know the language, it's when you're the most original, and you'll hear the most original things. And I think your playing is like that. I mean, there's a lot of original stuff that's coming there because you're banging at it.
Well, I'm trying to learn the guitar the way I learned the harmonica. I just sat in a dark space and just made lots of noise until it made sense, and I'm working on that. I do understand music theory. I went to college when I was just a harmonica player for music theory and performance in Seattle, and but I just never got to where I could, see a way to make a living, and it's hard to take other people along with you down the starving musician path.
I truly understand that the problems of being there, certainly.
I'm having a good time now. I'm really liking it now.
So you started music in Seattle. Were you playing harmonica and part of the scene there?
Yeah, I went to Shoreline Community College, where it's mostly jazz students. Okay, and I did an album there, and all the people who played with me were jazz students from college. I mean, it was wonderful. And the studio gave us a deal, and we did it at Thunder Oak Studios in Bothell, and the engineer was the engineer from K. Smith Studios in Seattle, and the Bothell studio just wanted him to be there and experience their studio, so they gave us a super deal, and it all worked out really good, and it was, it's hard to afford to do a project like that.
Yeah. Well, part of what Dave was talking about with the new technologies are that a lot of that you can bring into your own home now, and you may not get the finest quality that you can get in a good studio, but you can get a
Well, we did a real vinyl disc and all of that, and I was, it was in 1982. They didn't have all this fancy stuff that everybody uses now.
Yeah, that was just when digitizing was getting started at that point.
Yeah, they didn't have CDs, they didn't have internet, they didn't have any of that stuff back then.
Yeah.
They were still. In fact, I worked at a big seafood factory in Redmond, where they still were using punch cards in their computers.
Yeah.
So that's before all of the PCs, before all of that stuff.
Yeah. I was in the late 80s. I was at Commodore doing computing, and they had the Amiga, which was able to do some music stuff. But there were people there trying desperately to be able to write a little program that would give you reverb.
An Apple Watch will do more than they could do in gigantic computer buildings. I mean, when I was in the service, I was in ECM, and they were just getting away from tube buildings, where they had mass quantities of air conditioners just to keep them cool enough to run tube computers, because they were just gigantic.
Oh, wow.
So.
Wow. Hey, I really liked your music. That was great. I really appreciate it. And
thank you very much.
Hope to hear it again. Last question. The Moe's, is that a surf shop?
Oh, no, it's a restaurant chain on the coast of Oregon. I was in seafood, and I helped them build their new chowder factory in Astoria.
Oh, love it. Great.
That's where I worked before. My last job before I retired was running their chowder factory.
That's great. Well, again, glad to meet you, and thank you very much. See you again.
Yeah, Michael, first time here, and very well you did, my friend. Very well you did. All right. Next up, we have got. Well, who do I want to put next? I guess I have to go in order to go next. Okay, Rigo, you're next. Rigo hits these open mics: the Luthier's Co-op, Workshop 13, and Peterson Jams, and I presume they're all somewhere in Oregon. Yeah. All right, go for it, Rigo.
Just a quick thanks to all the staff for all that you're doing to make this happen, both those here and behind the scenes. It's great to be back again with this wonderful institution and to get to be a part of this wonderful night of music. This first song I'm going to do is called Passing Through. In the sweet seduction of her eyes, I was baptized. And through the fog comes images I fight to keep. Now I know, of course, her beauty is more than just skin deep. But I don't know what it means. As the lightning flashes, we appear then disappear. As comets streaking through a cold dark universe, fleeing a curse. In the dark, on our hands and knees, grasping for the answers to life's mysteries, we owe her debts that we cannot hope to repay. She makes us all agnostics who pray anyway. What else can we do? We're all just passing through. She was always a window pane, streaked with rain, and clouds block my vision as the world grows dimmer now. But the less I see, the clearer things become somehow. As lightning flashes, we appear then disappear. As comets streaking through the cold dark universe, fleeing a curse. And in the dark, on our hands and knees, grasping for the answers to life's mysteries, we owe her debts that we cannot hope to repay. She makes us all agnostics who pray anyway. But what else can we do? We're all just passing through. And if there's no magic, we must become conjurers. If there's nowhere we can go, we must become voyagers. The nothingness is everything. The false is true. As we pass through in the dark, on our hands and knees, grasping for the answers to life's mysteries, we owe her debts that we cannot hope to repay. She makes us all agnostics who pray anyway. What else can we do? We're all just passing through.
Fine song.
Thanks, folks. I think my theme for tonight, I hadn't intended it this way, but it came out this way, is I do a variety of forms of art, and sometimes there's something I want to say, but I don't know how to say it. And with these two songs, I struggled between whether they should be short stories or songs, and I ended up doing both in the end. And that song, Passing Through, the short story version of it is is set to be released in a magazine called Intre Magazine sometime in the next week or two. It's gone to print now, and this next one, the song version is called Guardian Angel, and the short story version was called Just Another Day on the Farm. And I just heard about a week ago that a magazine called Saddlebag Dispatches picked it up, so I was very excited and honored. So the second song is Guardian Angel. Again, a song I wasn't sure should just be a song or a story or something else, but it became both a song and a story. So, Guardian Angel. A Texas boy with different ideas, long hair and earrings. You learn to stand tall, you learn to punch hard, but the words still sting, like when father came home with shattered nerves from his tour of duty. He called me a girl, he called me a fag, and I ran so I could be me. My cowboy uncle took me in and said, being different, that's something folks fear. I said, just 'cause I'm different, that don't mean that I'm some goddamn fucking queer. I stood up for myself and then fell. And he caught me, my guardian angel, my guardian angel. My uncle and his best friend Trey fixed jalopies that went at the car shows. Bachelors, they like to spend weekends at Fort Worth bars and rodeos. Sometimes my uncle's so tired that he stays the night down at Trey's place. Man, the life of a bachelor seems great. Don't the life of a bachelor seem great? I stood up for myself and then fell. And he caught me, my guardian angel. He caught me, my guardian angel. When Trey died from cancer, my uncle fell silent. His eyes lost their faith, stopped eating, and I finally understood. My words haunted me like a wraith. In hospice, I told him, I'm sorry I failed you, my guardian angel. But he kissed my hand and said, you're a good man, you changed, ain't no use to dwell. I stood up for myself and then fell. And he caught me, my guardian angel, my guardian angel.
Oh, nice song. Right, let's talk about those songs with Robert Edgar, shall we?
Here we go. Nice, very powerful songs. Have there. You've been writing them for a while?
These particular songs did take some time to write. Sometimes they come out fast, but these ones were the kind of song that I agonized over for a few years.
Yeah. So you would write them down, then go back, change lyrics, change chords.
Yeah, and and with the second song, it's based on a real uncle of mine, and I spent a lot of years mulling what it was and exactly that I wanted to say before I performed it publicly, because there's a lot to say, and this is kind of what I settled on. Honestly, I think the first version of this I wrote about 5 years ago, and my bandmate Rod and a songwriters group that we're part of, they kind of helped me whip it into shape finally in the last month, and I decided this week, I think I'm ready to put this out into the world.
So this is freshly finished on that.
Yeah, 5 years and then
5 years of the works.
Right.
Well, it's some things take that time is extremely helpful when people learn things. We find that if instead of trying to cram everything so that you remember it all in one night, if you spend a little time on it and then go away from it for a few weeks and then come back to it, it'll land better and deeper. And I think maybe with songwriting that can help a lot. Sometimes when I do that, I lose the anchor though that I started with. Do you find that? Or it sounds like on this one that wasn't the case.
No, with both of these, I knew I had something that I wanted to say that mattered a lot to me, and so, with some of the songs, I'll have an idea, I'll write them, and then I'll set them aside for a few months because emotionally, I just need the distance so that I can be more dispassionate in my assessment. Sometimes I'll come back to something and I'll say, "What was I thinking? This is nothing," and then I'll just set it aside and
Yeah.
never come back to it.
Yeah.
But with both of these, they were things that I knew I had something to say. It was just a matter of whether I could bring it up to a form and whip it into a shape that I was happy with. Yeah, so with both of these, every time I came back to them, the passing through song also took some time. I think I worked on this off and on for about 3 years. Amidst a lot of other projects, of course, but I'm just looking at the lyrics now and thinking, that both of these change an awful lot too. But yeah, with these, every time I came back to them, I felt affirmed in their capturing something that mattered a lot to me, and so I was motivated to get back into it. But yeah, I also feel like, more directly to your question, I feel like if I can't get the momentum going again, that I should probably just work on something else and
Yeah.
listen until I can get the momentum going again.
Yeah, your phrase, I think, was sometimes you try to say something you don't know how to say. And that there's a point or a kind of a target there that there's a question of where are the words before you say them? And it's about language, but it's about feeling, and it's about how does something spark its way from feeling into language. And sometimes I think going for that spark is what we need to. There's a need to do that sometimes, a need for that spark that songwriters, I think, probably know pretty well. Know that need.
Yeah, I thought you said that really well, Robert. Very well encapsulated. For me, there's some things where I just can't stop thinking about them until I get them out in some form.
Yeah.
And so, to some extent, it matters to me to create things that feel important to me. But sometimes I just want to be able to stop dwelling on a thing, or waking up in the morning or at 3 a.m. feeling like I haven't done something that I should do.
So,
And sometimes you can't. People will spend a lifetime on something that they're trying to translate from emotion, which is what artists traffic in. We traffic in emotion, and to capture it in language and fail to do so. Or you decide when you're satisfied that you've done so adequately.
sometimes you can express, and sometimes you can just expel, I guess. But yeah, those are beautiful pieces, very powerful.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. See you again.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
Well, if you can imagine, we have whipped back and forth across the country, and we have had people from faraway French lands and from places local to each and every one of us. And we have one more performer, Mr. Ric Page. He's from Haverhill, Massachusetts, and he has the longest list of places he plays that I've ever seen. So here we go. Live at the North Reading Community Coffee House, Muddy Waters, also known as Mike's Open Mic, which is in pretty close to him there, right? In pretty close to Haverhill, yeah. And then Jay's Music Medicine, that's where you can catch him live. But if you want to catch him not live, I suspect he must not sleep. The Dun Cow Acoustic Club in the UK, Eagle's Nest Revisited, Apocalyptic Open Mic, that sounds scary. Desert Southwest Open Mic. This one here sounds a little bit challenging, but he plays there. Open Mic America, that's good. The Music Matters Zoom Case, One Broadway Collaborative, Social Distancing Open Mic, which is based in New Mexico, and very fine open mic, Songs Online in Australia. So Rick, play for us Here and Now.
Thank you very much, Mike. Sorry to give you a long list. This first one is called Clicks. I learned young, some things matter. Fit the mold, or don't bother. Smile and praise, so shallow. Praise of love, so hollow. Had a boy approval, soon follow. Traction the backtrack, talking model. Wanting to belong is just this. Until to the ever-present clear. You're on the team, or a spectator. You can watch, or see you later. If you have something to use, a brief embrace, then they lose. Mountain face, for those outside. They divide us and them. It gives him strength. You never be apart at any length. Oh yeah. Clicks abound with many hurdles. No one's so safe from mob rule. Not even coolest of the cool. Learn on the playground and at school. But the workplace rule even picks a fight by others just as fine. Not worried, don't make yourself sick. Better off being part of the clique. Find some others on the path. Together be better than psychopath. With many people not part of the clique. Tell them we are loving, we are sick of it. We'll be inclusive with love and expect. There is no clique, just mutual respect.
Oh my. Very nice, Rick.
Thank you. Changing guitars. Thank you. This song is called Light in the Dark. When the night feels colder than the day, and the colors of the world they slip away, I keep a flame burning deep inside, a quiet voice that whispers you will survive. A light in hopeless times, a gentle spark, but it's can't shine. When the road is broken, the climb is steep. Hope is the dream we're meant to keep. Shadows fall, they try to hide the sky, but the stars break through, they never die. Even when my hands are trembling low, I believe there's more than what we know. Hope is a light in hopeless time, a gentle spark, but it still can't shine. When the road is broken, the climb is steep. Hope is the dream we're meant to keep. Hope is a light in hopeless time, a gentle spark, but it still can't shine. When the road is broken, the climb is steep. Hope is the dream we're meant to keep. So let's spread love where the hurt runs deep. Compassion's the gift that we all should keep. Understanding grows when we make our stand. Together we can. Let's heal this land.
Right.
Great stuff.
Robert Edgar, ready to take our final performer's statement?
Yes, what's your statement, Rick?
What's your statement?
Should be pretty obvious.
Yes, well, we absolutely need hope and heal, working toward that. I'm guessing you have something of a jazz background, both the guitar and your playing, and especially your second song seemed to suggest that.
Yeah, given that I've been playing for decades, I play just about every style, so jazz is also included as well as anything you can name.
Did you start with lyrics on the last one, or the chords progression?
Actually, the second one, I had the music, and I said, I need to be inspired. There's a lot of stuff to depress or inspire you these days, and it was pretty easy to pick that one out. And that one came together quickly.
Wow. Yeah, it's a beautiful progression through that.
Thank you.
I thought that was nice. So you've been playing for decades on that? What's your background? Give us a thread there.
I started in 1968.
Yeah?
I'm 73, so you do the math.
Okay.
And,
Actually, that's exactly my math too. So I'll keep it.
Okay, then you can relate. But obviously the nice thing about people around our age is we grew up when all that stuff was happening, new, and it's amazing that a lot of what happened is still considered fresh and new, just with a little twist these days. So it's encouraging that way.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a lot to draw on, but we were infused with music at that time, with the electric guitar kind of getting a foothold and getting both into the air so that you could hear it live and into the studio had changed the world, really.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Changed my life.
Yeah. What? So again, tell us something of your thread there, coming from there.
My musical threads, you mean?
Sure.
Well, I mean, obviously, starting out back in '68 when music was, in its first generation of rock, everything rock I was all about, and then all of a sudden I morphed into, funk and bump, and then disco, and then jazz, and then blues, and then full circle, it goes around and around. So I'm at the point now where everything is fused together in my music. So I have all these different influences in what I write, what I play, because I like it all.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing.
No, not. I don't think so. The difficulty for me, and again, I've the same age, and I started playing probably about that time, is eclecticism. In other words, you have something that you've brought together and put it in a bag, or can you pull something together out of it that holds it together, and that's not something that I have either that I've won or lost at, but something that's a challenge each time.
That bag comes in handy because there's a lot of tools in that bag that you can take out from time to time. Some things work, some things don't. The old adage is the right tool for the right job. If you got a bag full of tricks, you're going to have something to work with.
Yeah. And again, from that, coming up through that time when world music was first coming in, and I don't mean a certain flavor of it, but we were able to hear music from all over the world. At the same time, we were just learning to hear our own music in the West and electric and electronic music in the West, all kind of at the same time. And so it was confusing at worst and at best.
But it was great exposure, and just think of how lucky to be a part of it back then. I mean, it's like drinking out of a fire hose, but after the fact, when you can separate things around, it's like, wow, this had this influence on me. I didn't realize it at the time, but it really did. And music is wonderful, as we all know here. We're all here.
Yes, absolutely. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And may we all and and keep that. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Robin.
Alrighty there. That is our show for to the 5th of October. And want to start by thanking all of our performers. Goodness gracious. Wonderful bunch. I'm going to make sure everybody's muted first, and then I will ask you to wave as I mention you. Christine Navarro, Allyia Gale, Bill Hernandez, Deb Lawrence and John Westlow, Michael Marshall, Rigo Rodriguez, and Ric Page. And then, of course, I would be totally remiss if I did not remember to thank our wonderful interviewer, Robert Edgar, and our founder, Capo Dave Williams, working tirelessly behind the scenes to make all this stuff possible. Please remember to check our website, openmicamerica.com, for links to the music of all Open Mic America performers, and then you can also find archives of all shows. Like Dave suggested, you can see some people playing dandy guitars there if you look at the right ones. If you like this show, spread the word. There's no reason to keep it a secret. You can download from the website and then print your own posters and hang them somewhere where folks can see them. Music stores are good guests. I think also we've had some success at junior colleges and colleges sometimes there. You can also get what Dave is wearing, that inordinately stylish t-shirt, through openmicamerica.com. And you don't have to be, Dave Williams to make it look good. It looks good on everybody. Please check out your local and virtual open mics. We have listed the ones where our performers play under the local open mics tab on the website. There's a lot of stuff there. It's a lot of fun. We are always here on the first and third Sundays of every month. So our next show will be Sunday, October 19th at the same time and all the same ways to get to it, same station. Stay tuned and watch the website for the next full lineup of performers. And please, 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 check out your local and virtual open mics. We have listed the ones where our performers play under the local open mics tab on the lineup of performers. Get yourself out there. This is a note to the audience as well. Get yourself out there in those open mics and keep the music rolling. Our YouTube audience, we want to thank you specifically for tuning in. And that brings me more or less to the end of our show. I am now going to move this out of the way. One more pass on muting everybody. All right. Everybody is going to wave goodbye as I say, good night, America.
If you meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue, I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall. And if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.